Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. I got a couple other things I want to talk to you guys about today, but I didn't have enough time to really do this as a pop-up video, so I just wanted to do this really quickly with you guys as a live. So if you appreciate me giving you some updates on this particular case that's been going on for the past 5 months, definitely give me some love in the chat. Of course, keep the conversation going, but of course, don't forget to hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Of course, hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. Hit that follow button if you're watching on Facebook. Of course, hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, check out my merch page, pascalmerch.com. Got some really great merch over there. Go check it out. Trust me, you'll find something you like. I guarantee you'll find something to like. Okay. But anyway, guys, we got to get into this very quickly. All right. Like I said, this is going to be a very short live. I got something else coming to you guys later on today. But I'm just trying to squeeze this in between my very busy schedule today. So here's the thing. 5 months ago, to be exact, there was a story about a young couple. The wife or the couple, the mother-to-be, broke her water and, of course, was rushed to the hospital and went into labor, okay? She's about to give birth to this child, and everything you can think of, everything you could think that could go bad, I guess went bad. During this birth, which was not a C-section, just going the regular natural way, okay? The baby gets stuck. And the doctor is yanking and pulling on this child's head, for lack of a better term. They perform a C-section on the mother, only to be able to take out the child's body, leaving the head still attached or still lodged in the mother, for lack of a better term. I got to use all these code words as best as I can because this is some really, really graphic and unthinkable stuff. Of course, this young boy, they were about to have a baby boy, Travion Jr., he passes away, of course. But what's even wild about this, story is that the hospital, these are claims from the family, okay, from the couple themselves. They claim that the hospital was trying to cover up their mistake, trying to cover up the mistake by wrapping the baby up in, like swaddling the baby and handing the baby over to the couple unalive, trying to make it seem like they were still, like this child was still on this planet, like their soul was still in this body. They were trying to cover this up so badly that now it's become a national story. Or I guess it hasn't really become a national story, but it's a story that we all have been a lot of us have been talking about. It caught my attention when it first came out 5 months ago. And now we got some new updates. And of course, there's going to be kind of like a trip down memory lane in this conversation and in this article. There is a news clip now that has come out where even the father of Travion Sr., the father of Travion Jr., speaks out, talking about his perspective in this press conference. And the thing is one thing I'll say, I'm rejoicing. Of course, not because of this tragedy, but because of this thing that is finally happening. Obviously, you see it in the title above or down below, wherever you're watching this show. But this is big news that is now being ruled as an unaliving, as a homicide. And again, of course, I got to use all kinds of code words because it gets really, really rocky from this point on, especially once we get into this article. But like I said, imagine you're about to give birth. You are in the middle of giving birth. There's complications going on, and the doctor is doing some really unthinkable things to this fragile little being. And then they decide to do a C-section. And only the body coming out of the mother. And the head still attached or still lodged inside of her. It is the oddest, most devastating thing I have ever heard. And I'm very happy that this is now being ruled this. And they're going to hopefully go into a deeper investigation into everything. Why was everything so lackluster for this couple? Most importantly, the mother who had to go and endure this experience physically, not only just emotionally, but physically as well. So let's take a look at this article really, really quick. All right. Of course, this baby's head was removed from the body. All right. Because of what the doctor was doing. So now it's being ruled and looked at as a homicide. So it says, baby delivered at a hospital last year was somehow his head was removed from his body, okay, during birth. Something officials are now calling the H word, okay? Which to me, very big deal, a very, very big deal. And I'll explain why in a little bit. The mother in this tragic case, 20-year-old Jessica Ross, says she was rushed to Southern Regional Medical Center in Clayton County, Georgia, back in July after her water broke. Of course, when your water breaks and you are pregnant, what does that mean? It means you're about to have a little bundle of joy coming real soon, right? There is no time but the present when the water does break. Okay. After which she went into a lengthy labor. And of course, this is the first press conference in August. Okay. When I caught wind of this case as well. Okay. Like I said, this is still fresh. And I know it's still new for a lot of people. Some of you guys who are watching this show right now, I see Dory Angel going, what? I mean, maybe you guys didn't see the pop-up video that I did 5 months ago. It's okay if you didn't. But at the same time, this is a story nonetheless that needs to be heard because these stories do actually happen. And I've heard it happen more than just to Black women. I've heard this story happen to all types of people of all walks of life, races, creeds, etc. I've heard the story about babies' heads being removed type thing, and I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Real talk, I can't believe it. Okay, so this is this is real. And it doesn't care about your race, doesn't care about the money you make, allegedly. It's the wildest thing. And it's all because of what the doctor and the people that are in that delivery room are deciding to do at that particular moment. It's scary to think that you think that you got somebody who is well equipped, has cut their teeth with experience. They got enough experience to do what they need to do. You're trusting not only the life of your baby, but your own life as well, ladies. To the person who is willing to, and I hate to say it like this, but catch the baby, bring the baby into the world. And all these people in this room, in this delivery room, done mucked that up. They failed these two. And most importantly, they failed Travion Jr. Let's keep it real. So let's keep it going. Ross says her baby boy, Travion Isaiah Taylor Jr., became stuck 10 hours into her attempts to pushing him out. And she has since claimed that the doctor working on her tried to pull the baby out of her birth canal, allegedly using so much force, his head detached from his body. The mother claims the bones in her baby's skull, neck and head were broken by the doctor manipulating the infant's body way too hard, which literally left the infant separated at the head and torso. When they did a C-section, the family claims the medical staff was able to pull the body out of the mother's stomach, but the head was still lodged in the birth canal. You can't write this stuff, guys. And of course, this is Jessica and of course, Travion Sr. 20 years old, by the way. She was 20 years old, getting ready to bring this baby into the world. Wow. The family has also alleged that the mother then had to deliver the baby's head vaginally, just an absolutely awful thing as described in a lawsuit they subsequently filed, which we have seen that piece. We've talked about it in the pop-up video, but I'm going to bring this up again for you guys. Of course, Atlanta doctor, hospital accused of covering up babies. I can't think of anything else, but I'm just going to say demise for right now. But you see it highlighted, okay? Covering up baby's demise during its birth in lawsuit. And we've talked about this. Please go check out my pop-up video. We go into much more depth into this story, okay? Just so you can fully know what's going on, okay? So that you're fully aware and connected to all this, okay? So they still, of course, they did file a lawsuit. Hence the reason why we are right here at this being ruled as such, okay? Which is huge, okay? So moving on. What's more, the family alleges the hospital tried to cover up the baby's demise, allegedly wrapping their child, who was unalive, by the way, in a blanket so as not to show its head, its removed head. So they swaddled the baby up and still had the gall to hand the baby over to the parents, unalive, like the baby was still intact and alive and kicking. Have mercy. On Tuesday, the Clayton County Medical Examiner's Office ruled the demise a homicide and said the baby passed away from fracture dislocation in his spinal cord and upper cervical spine. The family is now going after the hospital, doctors, and nurses involved in the delivery, suing for wrongful death and medical negligence, as they should. Damn right they should. Meanwhile, the Clayton County Police Department says that it's launching a criminal investigation, and as they should. In a statement, the hospital says the baby passed away in utero prior to the delivery and the separation. So they're saying in utero, just so you guys know what that means. In utero means vaginally, right? During the delivery, in the process of delivery. Let me just show you guys what I mean. I looked this up just to make sure. Okay. This is in the uterus before birth. Okay. Just so you know. No, it's not the Nirvana. Okay. It's not the Nirvana, the title to a Nirvana album. Okay. Cover. All right. This is what they're saying. They're saying they have the absolute audacity of this hospital to say, no. Technically, the baby passed on its way out. It wasn't because of how he was being delivered, and it has nothing to do with the doctor's hands all over its head, yanking and twisting and turning and hurting the child. Yeah. They are straight up lying, y'all. I agree, S-dubs. They lying. Yes, Yogi. BS. Okay? absolute BS. All right. And the only reason why I say the Nirvana is because as soon as I put in utero, the Nirvana album popped up when I was like, okay, just so I know exactly what in utero means. That's what popped up. I'm like, come on. I'm not talking about Nirvana, man. I'm talking about this doggone situation. Give me the literal meaning. And it gave me the literal meaning. So they're trying to say, nope. Prior to the baby being pushed out into the world, prior to this doctor putting her clammy hands on this delicate baby's head, they're saying this baby was gone before that. Ain't that a stretch? That is a stretch like a mother lover. Southern Regional Medical Center also says the doctor who delivered the baby, Dr. Tracy St. Julian, has never been employed by the hospital. Ain't that wonderful how they're doing everything they can to distance themselves from the actual person who did said crime? Because I'm going to be real, this is a crime. Whether it was intentional or not, whether it was done by intent, involuntary or not, you cannot, the hospital cannot distance themselves from a person a doctor that actually goes and delivers babies in that hospital. Like, you can miss me with all that nonsense. But like I said, this is a story that has been talked about, that has been brought up many a times before. Not only just Jessica Ross's tragic story, and may Travion Jr. rest in peace, but there are other women and men, couples, that have tragically lost their little bundles of joy because of one slip up by that particular doctor that's helping delivering the child into the world. I got a couple questions though. Why so late? Why did it take so long for them to even remotely talk or dance around the possibility of doing a C-section? Why did they wait to the very, very last minute to do something like this? I mean, think about it for a second, guys. Think about it. Why would they suddenly do that? Why would they suddenly just do all of that? Say the baby's head is too large to pass through the natural way, but they let her push for 10 hours. You got to remember, this is what the family's alleging. 10 hours she was pushing. So throughout those 10 hours, you realize that's watching like all of the Lord of the Ring movies, pretty much, give or take an hour. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? There's only 3 of them, right? And each one is about 2 to 3 hours. Okay, maybe the one with the trees, it makes you feel like you're watching 5 hours, but you know what I'm saying, all right? All that time she's out here pushing during that time. Not once did they sit there and go, wait a second, maybe we should do the C-section. You think that the mother-to-be is going to sit there and go, no, I want my tummy intact. What are you talking about? She's going to go, yeah, let's go. It's been 10 hours. Little Travion hasn't come out yet. Are you kidding me? 10 hours. Okay. So it doesn't make sense. Again, I'll show that to you again. Where did it say? She became stuck 10 hours into her attempts to push him out. Right here. She became stuck 10 hours in. So 10 hours, and not once did they sit there and go, maybe we should do a C-section. I don't know any of those things. I mean, of course, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not an OBGYN. I'm not any of those things, but at the same time, what the heck? What the heck are you talking about? You're telling me that you didn't even put that out as a possibility on the table so that the kid can come out healthy and not have any problems because of maybe losing air. You see what I'm saying? Any of those things, those are crucial. You know, if a kid loses air for a certain amount of time and they're a newborn, I mean, that could seriously put some damage on the child. And I'm not talking about the moments when they're about to take their first breaths, first real breaths in the world. I'm talking about them being like suffocating inside the womb while they're being pushed out, while they're being delivered. Those things actually do happen. And kids come out with some serious brain damage because of those things, come out with serious problems because of that. But not once did they present that option to this couple. That's weird. That's very, very weird. But I will say this. Let me pull this headline back up. I'm very happy about this. Why? Because this family deserves justice. Those people that were in that delivery room failed that couple. I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. They failed this couple. This is a young couple that should have their little Travion Jr. alive right now. 5, 6 months old or more, enjoying 5 months old, about enjoying his life, breathing in this a wonderful thing called life, learning things as the parents learn things too, being able to see the gift of life grow and blossom right in front of you. This hospital and that room, that delivery room, rid them of that opportunity. Rid them of that opportunity because of their own negligence. So damn right they should be looking at this as a homicide. Damn right they should be, that couple should be suing the pants, taking every single brick out of that doggone hospital. But you can miss me with the nonsense when a hospital tries to distance themselves from the actual person that was brought in to deliver said child. You can miss me with that nonsense. Oh, we don't know her. Yeah, we didn't know her. So she just came off the street. Y'all didn't know the doctor you got going in there delivering babies? Real talk? Okay. I mean, some of y'all be reaching. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all be reaching. Okay. But all right then. That's what you want to roll with, then that's what you want to roll with. Now, I want to show you guys the video. They have come out with, there was a press conference, obviously finding out when talking about this, because there was a press conference before when they just talked about this tragedy in the first place, basically saying we are seeking justice, we are seeking accountability, and most importantly, we are seeking transparency. That's all they wanted, right? Justice, accountability, transparency. What went wrong here? And the other thing too is, you got to remember, I get it. Why a hospital might sit there and go, "Oh, we don't know her. Oh, we don't know that doctor. No. We didn't hire her, so we don't know who she is." Fine, I get it. Because a story like this, when it becomes a local headline, or if it becomes national news, or if it becomes international news, it's very, very easy for other mothers to be like, "No, I don't want that. I don't want to deliver at the hospital anymore. I really don't want to deliver in that hospital. Nope. Thank you, but no." I get it. It's a business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business for these hospitals. Why do you think that they keep going, turn around, turning those beds around? It's a business, guys. But at the same time, the fact that you're trying to distance yourself from this situation is absolute trash, in my personal opinion. Absolute trash. Like I said, take accountability. All right? Take accountability. And if you watch, because my 2 cents, y'all, is saying something that's very true. That is very, very true. If you go watch my other video where I dove into a little bit more about healthcare, about delivery for Black women, etc., the percentages are surprising. Okay, very, very surprising. All right. So take a look at that video. Don't worry, I'll make sure that it's pinned or attached to the end of this video when we get done here. But like I said, I mean, healthcare, etc. The percentages are insane, guys. They are insane. And the fact that this doctor, who also happens to be black too, by the way, okay, also happens to be black, this hospital is sitting there saying, "Oh, we don't know her." Seems a bit odd, okay? And I get it. Technically, maybe they don't hire her on, okay? Maybe her name isn't part of the board and whatnot, but she still walks in there. They still know who she is. Her name's on rosters. Her name is on certain things where she walks in and she delivers the doggone babies. So don't try to sit there and go, "Oh, we don't know her and we don't have any connection." This woman didn't just suddenly just stumble upon a lab coat and just walk in and say, "Yes, I'm the doctor now." I mean, come on. Plenty of doctors hop from hospital to hospital. Plenty. Okay. And they do their rounds and they do all that stuff. They most definitely. But you cannot tell me that this hospital do not know this particular doctor. It's trash. Okay. It's absolute trash. All right. I said enough. Let's take a look at this piece here.
In August of 2023.
And just a heads up, I got to hop in and out of this, okay? Just so you guys know.
Representatives from Southern Regional Medical Center, they came out with a statement saying that the baby was dead before the decapitation, really implying that it was complications of the shoulder dystocia that killed the baby and not excessive traction and trauma to the neck.
Which is absolute trash. It's absolute trash. I'm sorry. Ladies and germs, I'm sorry. I can't, you can't sit here and go, "Oh, it was because of all this stuff. It was because of the kid's shoulders." If that was the situation, then that doctor should have known. Shoot, even the people in the room, maybe not every single nurse that was in that delivery room knows the nuts and bolts of everything. But you're telling me that there wasn't another person in that room that wouldn't have known? Okay, maybe his shoulders might be wide or his head might be a little big. "Hey doc, do you think I think we should talk about doing this C-section by now. We should option that out right now." You see what I'm saying? It can't just be only Captain Kirk flying the ship. He's got a lot of people flying the ship. I know I just went Star Trek, but you know what I'm saying. Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek, the original. I get it. But at the same time, he's not the only one flying the ship. So when you're in this room and you're doing all this stuff, you're bringing a baby into the world, she's the only one running this ship? There's not other people in there going, "Wait, I think we might go." They're not reading vital signs, etc. There's not somebody else in the room watching this doctor conduct what she is doing? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. Sorry. Moving on.
The Clayton County Medical Examiner's determination, when they put out that press release a couple of days ago, completely gouges that defense. What they did is that they determined that the cause of death was homicide.
They lied to us.
Here we go.
They ain't let us touch them.
It's crazy.
We don't like it. We just want justice for our son.
Okay. Now, the thing is that really breaks my heart is because, and I'm wondering, and I hate this to even ask this, but I am wondering where Travion Sr. was, if he was in the delivery room during this time or not. What did he see with his own two eyes? Because if this baby boy was being delivered and he was without his top, okay, for lack of a better term, I'm wondering if he saw that with his own two eyes too, because that is an extremely traumatizing thing to experience and a traumatizing thing to just see in general. But it also gives you eyewitness on what he could have seen. Because remember, his head was still lodged. It was still lodged inside of her. So I guess I'm still wondering if there was like the body came out, but it was still attached. You see what I'm saying? Or if it was like a completely separation, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. But it sounds like there was a separation And then they put the baby back together again and swaddled the baby to make it look like the baby was intact. That's how I take it. So I'm wondering if he saw what he saw, because there's only so much that she can see. She probably got some drugs. Okay, she probably got hooked up, right? I'm forgetting the name of the thing, but it's right in the spine, and you're numb from the waist down, so you don't really know anything. You're propped up and your legs are up, you got things up and all that stuff. You're not seeing anything, right? The only other person in the room, aside from the nurses and other doctors that may be in the room as well, is the father. And if, epidural, thank you, the epidural. So the only other person that's going to really know what's going down is the father. And if there's somebody else in the room, like a mom or something like that, that wants to be there for emotional support, whatever it may be, she's not going to really know what's going on. She's not going to be feeling really anything. So she's going to need him to tell her what's going down. So I'm wondering, what did he see? Right? What exactly did he see? But, that's a question I'm hoping we get answers to very, very soon. Let's continue.
You want to say something?
Yeah.
The baby's neck was broken while Dr. St. Julian was applying excessive traction on the baby's neck in the face of the shoulder dystocia. This is something that is clearly contraindicated. No credible, no reasonably competent obstetrician should ever do this. You're supposed to do maneuvers and different maneuvers in order to basically get the baby out. And if in fact that doesn't work, then you go to a C-section.
Yep. And that's the thing. They had options. The doctor had options. And they decided not to do that. That particular doctor, Dr. St. Julian, decided to just pull with all her might. Pull with all of her might. And of course, that caused some detrimental, life-ending damages to that baby boy. Like I said, guys, this is an absolute travesty, is an absolute mind-blowing story that actually is really scary to think that this is not an anomaly. There are plenty of other women that have gone through the same devastating situation as these two. Plenty of couples that have lost their child in this type of fashion. It is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. But again, like I said, what the questions that I leave with you guys is, why did it take them so long to sit there and go, well, maybe we should do a C-section? And the other thing too is, if you really think about it, the only reason why they even thought about a C-section is I think they knew that that child had passed and they needed to get the baby out of the mother as quickly as possible. They knew that they'd done mucked up. They knew that they made the biggest mistake. And they were trying to cover it up as quickly as they could. And again, like I said, to add insult to injury, to throw salt into the already open wound, they tried to swaddle the baby up and make it seem like the baby was fine and gave the baby back to the parents. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable, guys. But I am happy that they're looking at this as a real case. They are starting to do some investigation. And I really, really do hope that this couple gets the justice that they rightfully deserve. Real talk. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. I told you guys it would be a short one, but I wanted to hop on and give you guys this story. I'm going to be on in a couple hours with some more stuff, another story, but it's time to give you guys some more stories to talk about. So yes, We got a lot to talk about. This story just dropped like late last night, I think early this morning. I wanted to share it with you guys just so that you guys know that I'm keeping an eye on other topics and other stories. But don't worry, I'll be back on in a couple hours. I know. Madeline's like, oh, it's over? Yeah, unfortunately, it's over for now. But I'll be back on in a few hours for sure. I was going to do this as a pop-up, but I was like, I don't have enough time. I got to hop off, and I got some things I got to take care of, okay? Your boy's working out here, all right? But I appreciate all y'all for being here. Oh, real quick. Sorry, Mimi. Thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate it. Key, Pascal, and Fanburgers. Hope all good. Yes, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the support. But do me a favor before you head out, hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Have a great one. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk to you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.